Is made in USA better? These days, there's a lot of talk about tariffs and manufacturing in the US or manufacturing outside the US. So it made me think about, is made in USA really better than things that are made outside the US? So for somebody like me who's basically had the same clothes for more than 30 years, I picked out some of my older Levi's, that's when they were still made in the US, as you can see, and I went and bought some new Levi's that are no longer made in the US. These are made in Pakistan in this case. They're really made all over the world. There's, look at some of the other Levi's in different colors. This is made in Bangladesh, and this is made in Cambodia. So there's also denim jackets. This is the classic Levi's trucker. That's made in the US. Because in the older days, Levi's leather, the leather patch would tell you where it was made in, but the new Levi's jackets do not, the leather patch is now empty. It does not say where it is made. You really have to look at the label to realize it's made in Bangladesh. So, yeah, that's made in Bangladesh. So in terms of quality, yes, there is a clear difference between the grade of denim that the made in US jacket has compared to the modern Levi's jacket that is not made, that's made in Bangladesh. This one's obviously a lot thicker. Remember, this is 30 years old, more than 30 years old. And for something that has been worn for, a long time, it's in pretty good shape after 3 decades of having, more than 3 decades of having been worn. This is brand new. As you can see, it still has tags on it. I don't think this will last more than 4 or 5 years. But, it doesn't really matter. Why does it not matter? Because in the 1990s, I paid the same dollar value for this jacket that I paid in 2025, which means these were very expensive. Products used to be very expensive in the 1990s, and they have become a lot cheaper. Similarly with these jeans, they're basically the same price as these made in US jeans were in the 1990s. So sure, you could pay a lot of money and get something that's made in the US, and it will last a long time. There is no doubt about it. The quality of denim that Levi's used in their products that were made in the US was of a much, much higher quality than what you are seeing. This is much thinner, it's definitely much, much thinner. The stitching is no longer as you can clearly see there's a difference in stitching. This, is a lot more denser. This is, there's a lot more spacing. If you look at the reinforcement on the belt loops, there's, it's very clear the modern one is not as good as the vintage Levi's. But I don't really know that many people who keep clothes for 30 years like I do. I don't really, I am lucky in the sense that my pant size hasn't really changed in 30 years. So remember, in the older days, you would always buy an inch or two larger than what you wore because these pants would shrink. So a 33 basically was a 31 in today's date. And this 33 effectively is a 32. Time has gone by. You put a few inches around the waist. So that 31 has become 33. But yeah, if you want to pay a lot of money, You can buy the made in US Levi's, but I think across the board quality has gone down over the last 30 years. But it doesn't really matter where your clothes are made. I would say my made in Cambodia Levi's or my made in Bangladesh Levi's. These pair of pants, they're almost 10 years old. That's pretty good for, so as is this. This is also more than 10 years old. So this has lasted pretty well. So whereas my more from the early 90s jacket has obviously, served me very well. But I don't think my made in Cambodia or made in Bangladesh jackets are that bad as well. Hope you enjoyed a slightly different video, and I will see you on a later video.